It's cars going around. Ignore that. But welcome to another stream. So I want to start off with a music tutorial real quick to just get this out of the way so people won't beg when I'm doing music. So the first thing you want to learn about music is that music is not easy to learn. So it takes time and effort. So you might struggle a little bit and you might lose motivation, but don't give up. Don't give up, okay? Because if you give up, you're not gonna get good at it. So here's a little quick music tutorial. So here's a few facts about FL Studios. So if so you see here, these are like you see the BPM right here, like the number of the tempo I'm changing. That's how fast the song goes. BPM stands for beats per minute. So you can make the BPM go really fast, which is really good if you want to make it really fast for a fast song, and you can make it go slow if you want to make a slow song. But usually I make fast songs, so my songs usually be like at 150 BPM, or usually like around the high limit. But if I'm making a slow song, I usually turn it down to like 110. But if you're making like a different genre, then your BPM might usually be like at 90 or 80 or 70, depends on how it goes, because you're just making a song. But I just make video game music, so I usually just, get a high tempo or like a little low tempo, so like 140 or like maybe 135 or something like that. But yeah, that's just a thing for BPM. Um here's a it's called met metronome. That's if you want to like time your beat. So FL Studio, they have packs, and these packs are really good for a starter when you're getting used to them. You could download some packs online. They're usually for free, or you could like buy them. But I recommend to just search for free ones, because I basically got these for free. So, and man breaks, I got those for free. They're all free. So you don't have to like buy it. You could just search up and man breaks, and then they'll give you the pack. So those are a pack. So you hear that? You could like time your beat, but I usually keep it off because I want to hear it. I don't want the thing to just go on all the time. So it kind of like times your beat. So if I was to make it like, off beat, then it won't go. So it kind of like times your beat if you want to like make it on time, so it's not, like off beat. So you get like a good melody and stuff like that with the kick. Yeah, you could kind of control it, and it's actually like really loud. But if you like turn it up, then you can't really hear it. But it's not really recommended if you don't want to. So the arrow like kind of might moves the song. So this is what it does. So like you could kind of like, if you want to try to make a video or like show you like your project, you could kind of like, make the song move so it doesn't feel as boring. But I usually keep it off because I don't really do it. So it's moving by itself. But 75 BPM is the same as 150, just half. Yeah, it's really. And so, um, what's this? I don't know what these are, but these are like loops or whatever, I think. And I really don't know what this is because I haven't really touched them. All right, so I think this is like a piano or something, like a keyboard. Oh yeah, so like if this is a root note. So um a die-def composer told me this one time because I was struggling on chords, and so this one helps a lot if you're really bad at chords. So I'm a big fan of minor chords. So I would usually like, go into minor chords, like minor melodic or minor natural. So if you right click on like the piano thing, and you can also change the root note because it helps out with chords. And here's like layout and stuff like that. I don't really use those, but if you want to use it, then you could go ahead and use it. If you want to use major, you can go with any type of style you really want. It doesn't really matter. It's your choice. But you want my book, nephew? I guess. And here's other blues and all that stuff. This is like what F and F songs be using. They use like other blues and stuff like that. I got tips from like F and F, songs. They be using like other blues, minor natural, alien, and sometimes they'll use like minor Napoleon 10 or whatever, or minor pentatonic. But I usually use minor natural, or I'll use minor pentatonic, or sometimes I'll use like minor melodic or minor harmonic. But I'm not a major person, so I wouldn't use it. So, um, I'm not good at music tutorials, but I'm not a person that makes beats, so I'm my own person. So I usually would use sound fonts or a standard or a standard or just a standard plugin like Flex. It's a really good plugin, and you could do anything you want with it. I usually go for Flex for like bass or pianos or strings, but for the sake of it, I'm not really gonna use a standard plugin. I'm just gonna use sound fonts because it sounds more video gamey and it's really good. But I'll give you some suggestions of what sound fonts to use. So if you rather make like like your own video game or whatever, and you want to use like old sound fonts, then you should use Earthbound sound fonts. Yeah, search up Earthbound sound font. Search up Windows Mini sound font. This is what Baldi's Basics use. Bring your flash when you come over. Yeah, use Windows Mini sound font if you want to search up a sound font. This is what Baldi's Basics use. This is all Baldi's Basics, music. They use this whole plugin in the game. So you could choose anything you want. I usually go for slap bass because it's a really good bass in here, but I usually pick one. And search up Tell How sound font. This one is really good too. It has like a good core. Search up you can also try Deltarune or Undertale sound fonts. You could also, maybe if you want to make like a retro Roblox game, then you could search up like the Roblox songs that are usually played, like The Great Strategy. You could search up Game Hero. This is a Roblox plugin. You could search up Roblox Horror. You could search up that. You could search up Winds of Lords. Has the heart. I sometimes use this because this one has a really, really good. Wait a minute, did I click on it? Because this one has like a really, really good square. Has that video game sound in it. And Training Day, I don't really use this one. I don't really use the rest of it. Also, go for Mother 3. If you want to search up Mother 3, this is another Earthbound sound font. I really don't use it, but it's pretty good. Kind of has a good sign. Yeah, my friend Suited be using Mother 3. But I think my dad's calling me. Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Hold on, let me see. Wait. Alright, anyways. So, let's get a melody going. The best part. Oh, wait a minute. Here's what I like to use. So, if you're really stuck on melodies, then what I like to do is I like to search up a modify. So, but I think I have. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, so you want to search up a melody that you're stuck. If you're stuck on a melody, then you can search up a motif. But I really don't know. I really don't know what people's motives are to making music, cause I know most people when they make like beats and stuff, they don't really use it. They just I guess sample and stuff. But if you're stuck on like a melody and you don't know what you're doing, then you could just search up a motif or a leitmotif for short, and then you could put into your song. Every music producer basically does it, so it's not anything special or new. So wait a minute, I'm trying to find. So this is Megalovania. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Megalovania is. It's probably the most popular Undertale song. But wait a minute. Wait, is it even playing? Wait, it's not even playing. Oh wait, here it is. Okay. I'm gonna bring it up. Here we go. So if you do that, then it makes it more easier for you to keep going with the song. And so I have freedom. I think I have freedom. Yeah, I have freedom. Don't this is like a lead. You can make this a lead. Wait a minute. I'm trying to see where the lead is at. Wait, does Mother 3 even have leads? Or a synth? A synth is considered a lead. Yeah, you could basically add in that in, and it makes it more easier, and people will be like, oh yeah, that's a freedom motif, or a MIDI for short. You could say MIDI too, but I like to say motif. Yeah, like like he added the freaking freedom modifier in there. Oh, he added the Delta Room song in there during the song, and people actually love it when you add MIDIs in, cause they'll recognize the song that they like, and they'll be like, oh yeah, he added this. And so. Wait, am I secretly the Roaring Knight? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I come from. No, because like low key, when it's dark at night, I be the blackest critter known to mankind, and you can't see me at all. So maybe one day when you're sleeping, I'll come up under your bed without you knowing, and I'll have full black clothes on, and I'll have full black Air Forces on, and then once you sleep, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna jump scare you, and then when I jump scare you, I'm gonna run away, and you're gonna go to your mom and dad and say, Mama, Daddy, the boogeyman came out of my bed. And then your mom and dad go say, boy or girl, what is you talking about? And then they gonna check up under your bed, and then they ain't gonna see nothing but just paper plates, chip bags, bottles, caps everywhere. You got cereal bowls everywhere. You got a Mackinac box laying on the side of your bed, and they gonna be like, boy or girl, clean up this room. and then you're gonna be like, yes, mom, yes, dad, and then you're gonna clean up your room. So then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna jump back in your room, and then I'm gonna freaking be hitman on you. So I'm gonna act like you never seen me before, and I'm gonna hide behind your walls. I'm gonna live right behind your walls, and so when I'm right behind your walls, like, you're not gonna see me at all. I'm gonna be the freaking blackest critter, the most camouflaged chameleon critter that you ever seen in your life. You won't even know I'm in your room at all. Shoot, I can even transform into your TV. Wait, Tana theory? Anyways, once I'm like, right by your walls, hiding behind your walls, after you done clean up your room, you're gonna go right back to sleep, and then I'm gonna hide up under your bed, and so I'm gonna do Alice Jack to you. I'm gonna look at you while you sleeping. You're gonna cover your eyes, and you're gonna be like, "Ah, the boogeyman is back! Oh, mom, dad, help me!" And then when you freaking screaming for help, bro, the demon gonna freaking grab you by your legs, bro, and he gonna freaking put you in the closet. It'll gonna be like, "Mom, dad, help!" And then he gonna transport you into his own dimension, and then the dimension is you wake up. Shut your stupid self up. That's not gonna happen, bro. I'm not the Warrior Knight. Shut your goofy ass up. Anyways, so a melody. Let's see here. Okay, so what I like to do, I mean, you don't really have to do it, but if you're just a person that's just lazy, then I guess you could do this, but it just sounds kind of boring. But you could just, I'm not really gonna make a big tutorial on this because I'm not that experienced with music. I mean, I'm experienced, but I'm not the person that's just gonna give you all the tips and tricks like what these most music producers do, because I'm gonna be straight honest, half of these music producers, they don't even give you all the tricks to music. I basically gave y'all like a lot of the tricks. Also, when you're using that sound font, you could mess around with it. So you know how Boyfriend from F&F, you be figuring out if you're making music, you wondering how his voice sounds like kind of like crazy or whatever. So I just realized this in like a few months that they just did this. So so to make his voice kind of sound crazy, or like, I guess, a slidey, you hear the difference? You see this? So this is called modulation. It kind of makes your voice, like the sound font or like the voice sound a little weird, but it's really good. So Boyfriend sounds like he's about to have like a mental breakdown, like he's about to have a mental crisis. So if you turn it down, he just sounds like completely normal. And here's another thing that music producers never even like tell anybody this, but only like the FNF, YouTubers be producers be telling people this, but mainly a lot of people don't even tell anybody about this. But slide notes are really good. Like, it's really good, bro. Like, always use slide notes in your songs. I mean, don't use it all the time, but like use it when it's like for a good part. Like, always use it. If you use slide notes, it'll make things a lot better and it'll sound a lot better. So so you see this blue critter right here. So we're gonna teach you about effects before we get into the slide notes. So OTT is a good effect. It makes it sound louder, of course, and you could like do so many things with it, but try not to add a lot of OTT in your songs because it won't sound that good. So it's best to just use Fruity Parametric EQ, which I always use. You could kind of make it like go up and down if you want to, but it's different variations. So sub is basically sub is different from bass. I could tell. I don't know how to explain it, but sub kind of, I think sub kind of makes it, like it kind of makes it like, like the bass like really loud. I guess no, sub makes it really loud. I'm pretty sure, and like bass makes it like I really don't know because I know because sub is more louder. Sub is more louder than bass for sure, but like it's really loud, and low mid kind of makes it, makes the voice a little low, and then mid kind of makes it a little high, but it's still kind of low. High makes it obviously high, and then treble kind of makes it, like a clear voice. Bro, OTT sucks, bro. It does not suck, bro. And so, what I like to do if I'm making like I don't make F&F songs, so I'm gonna use some boyfriend as an example. I'm using him as an example because I quit F&F. I don't make songs for it anymore. So if I was to make like a F&F song for boyfriend, I would obviously make the treble go up, and then I'll make the high. I'll make it go high mid like right here, and then he'll sound perfect. And so for the OTT, I will kind of turn this down a little bit so it doesn't sound too weird. Then maybe I might like do this and then do that. And matter of fact, I might steal a melody in my song. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see. I'm gonna do you one. Let me see this. No. Ignore that. You did not see rewrite. Ignore that. You did not see that. But do you keep it at default stuff all times? Turn it down a bit. Trust. But you could use a lot of OTT actually if you don't keep using it at default. Yeah, I actually like move it around. I don't keep it as the same settings. I kind of move it around. I turn the def down a lot. I really don't turn down time. I don't really mess with time or anything, but I should probably start doing that. So I stole a melody because I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm just trying to get to like making the music. So so if I just use this that I just stole from my song, but I'm gonna delete this because it'll just be kind of confusing. But we'll get to that soon. Let me do something real quick. If you hold right click if you're on PC, then it could delete stuff more easier. Okay. Alright, so I like using modulation, so I wouldn't turn it up too much, but I'll probably turn it like at 50. If you keep it at default, it will suck a lot. Yeah. So I like to keep it. Okay, so let's just mess around. Let's mess around with OTT. Let's see gain. Okay, so yeah, gain basically makes it louder, but we don't want it to be loud. Maybe just a bit, and then let's see what out of gain is. Let me see. Oh, but it's just like an up and down comparison. That's what it's basically saying. So you kind of make it, be together, if you know what I mean. And then yeah, this is basically like just controlling. So this is the difference. So like this is like you like kind of making it louder. This is you kind of like, you know, it's like in the middle, but it like pushes your voice, you know, down, but you can kind of hear it. And then this is like some bass. Yeah, it's like output volume and stuff like that. Yeah, you can't hear it. You can't really hear it because I'm messing with like the veloc. I can't even say the name. You could kind of also use this, you know, to kind of make his voice sound low and then bring it up. But I'm not gonna get to that. So let me just mess around with this real quick. Alright, so anyways. I think I messed up the melody, but here's like a melody. So here's a thing called, we'll get to slide notes in a minute. But actually, no, let's do it right now. Alright. So slide notes basically like, you know, it kind of captures like the note that you're putting in, but it's a difference between doing it. So here's what I like to do. So if you're making a long note, then if you do like one singular note, then it'll be like that for the rest of the for the rest of like, you know, the note. So if you do this, if you put it down like at the note that's like you place down, then it will go back to normal. So here it's gonna do it. If you kind of push it back, it'll be normal, and then it will obviously play the slide, and then if you do it again, then it'll be back to normal. And then here's a thing called like you're actually sliding it, but it's a difference between, you know, like sliding it, because it can sound really ugly. So I like to call these are like zigzags or like stairs. You could call them whatever they want. So it basically, you know, vibrates it. It makes it sound a lot better. It sounds like you're actually singing it. It's like a singing note, but you could also mess with this too. You could scale it, and I really don't like to copy and paste it. Boom, 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 boom. But I probably might copy and paste it so it doesn't waste too much time, cause I don't like to mess up on it. But you could do it whatever you want. So it's more different than it was before. So kind of sounds weird, but you get the understanding of it. And so here's a bunch of tricks with slide notes. So We're basically doing it from top to bottom, and so I think that's what most people do. They usually do this. I don't know why. They like add a slide note first, and then they make it normal, and then they just, you know, add the stairs in and the zigzags. And you could also do this, but you could just do this with one singular note. I was watching this one guy, and he added slide notes on this one singular note without even have to making a pattern, because you could just make your own pattern by just adding in like slide notes in. It's just that simple. So it's just that simple. You could just make your own note by just adding in slide notes on just one singular note. It's actually crazy. You could basically do it like that. But it's just good. It's just really good. Slide notes will forever be the GOAT. And if I was to make the ranking, slide notes would definitely be an S tier, for sure. Anyways, I want to talk to you about this note. This will be the last thing I'll talk about, and I'm gonna move on. So, this note, I really don't use this note, but slide notes are A in my opinion. Yeah, I could see why. Oh shoot, my phone keep falling down. But this one, like, wait, is it even on? That's weird. But I think it is on. But you could like add this to a slide note. Wait, I forgot. That doesn't even work. Oh, there it is. You hear that? That's a difference. Okay, I think that's just only for like. Yeah, no one even uses these, but for some reason, some people be using these. So I'm gonna use this F and F song for an example. Some people actually will sometimes use this. If anybody's seen like that fan made F and F like Ron song, then I think it's called Trojan Virus. I think Trojan Virus like V1 or something. They use that note. I gotta find the right one. I almost clicked on V3. Oh, I know it was around 2.5, right? Cause that's when the mod wasn't like fully done. Here. So that's what basically they use. So if I was to take a note, and it's basically like C with like the hashtag. I still don't know till this day what these notes are called, like the hashtag notes, but so it's just not really that good. It's just not that good. I recommend to not really use it, but if you want to, then you can. I don't really see the point of people even using this. But if you want to and just, I guess, test out some stuff, then you can if you want. But those notes suck. There are better options. Yeah, there are better options besides these. But anyways, I think it's time we finally move on to Scripter, because I think I wasted too much time. Alright, anyways, here we go. I'm about to start focusing on this one. me see something real quick. Alright, so I'm gonna use no. No, where was it at? The freaking piano. So what I basically did is that I added in like an extra bass so it doesn't sound that lame, and then I added the great strategy, the piano, and then I added in the the Winds of Florence freaking synth, because I think they have probably the best synths in Roblox for like old Roblox songs. So the problem is I get kind of stuck on this song. Do you have a guitar? I usually use, yeah, but let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh yeah, I use this. I usually use this. Well, let me see something. I'm gonna use Destructor. Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll use Destructor and then get rid of this. Because I don't actually click on presets and then go to guitar and add classic heavy. I actually like go in and then I add my own settings in. But usually with guitars, they usually just add in the freaking broad overdrive, but do not turn this to X100. If you use X100, then you are cooked with your ears. But you should use the Toho power drums instead of the Megalovania drums. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, there we go. The definitive Megalovania. Alright, let me see. Why can't I copy and paste this, bro? Copy and paste, you stupid. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna double this, and then I'm gonna make my own melody with this. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Let me see. A little intense. Okay. Let me see. Just turn down. Yeah, let me turn that a little bit down. See, bro? Dang, I turned this down all the way up. Yeah, I forgot because I was like, adding a lot of stuff in. I was adding a lot of effects in because like when you like use the noob alert like sound font, it sounds so low. So I forgot that I had this up all the way because it sounds so low, especially with the piano. You should add boing if you want. Let me see. Let me hear this again. Wait, chat. So, wait, should I repeat this again, but change it up, or should I still make it the same? Cause I get kind of stuck at times, but wait, I think I know what to do. Wait a minute. I think I'll repeat it and then change it up. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Cause why would it get intense and then I'll change it up? It should stay the same but kind of change it up a bit. Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait. What I'm trying to do is that I'm gonna change it up so it's gonna go to a different note and then go right back to the default note just like that. I like doing that. Alright, here we go. By the way, I got this note idea from Suited because I like it how it's like really bouncy. My nose is so itchy. All messed up. Here we go. Oh man, I made a mistake. know how to make visualizers? Yes, I do. Well, I'm thinking of something. Let me see. Wait, I'm trying to think of something. Wait a minute. So if I do. I was trying to think of something. I think I did this wrong. Let me see. Do G5 instead of. Cause I know what I'm trying to do. I see what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make it sound good. Wait, hold on. Boom. Wait, right here. But that sound off tune. Wait a minute. My nose is so itchy today. I think I already did it. Wait. My nose is so itchy, bro. I can't even focus properly. Wait a minute. Cause I don't want to. Here's my thing. I don't want to use the piano right away at the start of the song, but when it kind of kicks up, then I'll use, like when it gets to this part, I want to use the piano because it's gonna repeat. So okay, so this is the start. This is where it gets intense, and then still gets intense, but it's a switch up, and then it'll be the same thing. Yeah, so it'll be the same thing again, and then it would be. Yeah, I like to be a head starter, so let me just get this off the way. Wait a minute, I'm gonna check downstairs real quick because I think I got food, so I'm gonna be right back. Give some suggestions if you want, I guess. Hold on. Mm, mm, mm. Wait a minute. But okay, I'm gonna have to eat. Alright, so I'm gonna end it, and I'll be right back. I'll see y'all later.